Hello YouTube friends, Ben Ochart here. Thank you so much for tuning in today. And today I have sort of part two on buying fish online. And again, I am tapping the knowledge of a couple professionals in the area. Certainly when people buy fish online, or for those of you who haven't, probably one of your biggest concerns is apart from being ripped off or perhaps getting the fish that you didn't order, or not getting any fish at all, I guess, which would qualify as being ripped off. I guess the other biggest concern would be a dead on arrival or a D.O.A. Fish. Interestingly enough, I have had that occur, I believe, once in the many fish I have purchased online, and it was instantly addressed and instantly corrected by a reputable vendor. One time when I bought what was referred to by Trevor O'Shea in the prior video as a pop-up vendor, I did do a transaction that seemed a bit too good to be true, and when it does seem that way, it probably is. And of course, one of the fish arrived D.O.A, and I never got my money back. So at any rate, let's hear from, interestingly enough, two Joshes. I have two Joshes with me today that are contributing. And first, let's hear from Josh Cunningham. And he is the owner of Cunningham Cichlids, somebody who I've done some business with and have been very happy with both the communication and also the service and quality of fish, of course. So Josh, question for you. What do you tell the first-time online buyer who is worried about a D.O.A, a dead on arrival? What's your advice for that fish keeper?
Well, thanks, Ben, for having me on your channel. I appreciate it. So, question you want to know, so the fish arrived D.O.A, what should you do? So, if you order fish online and they did arrive dead on arrival, it's important that when you order them that you understand the online seller's D.O.A policy. Some of them, and probably a majority of them, require a picture of the fish in the bag that's not opened, and then they'll do one of two things. They'll either credit you on the next order, or they could refund your purchase for that fish. It's important that if your fish do arrive D.O.A, you contact the seller, give them the opportunity to make it right. 99% of the time, the seller will make it right. I know if you order fish from me and they are D.O.A, I will refund your purchase. I don't credit your next order, because if you don't order again, I don't want you to be out, the customer to be out that amount of money. And again, I can't stress enough, go back to the seller, give them the opportunity to make it right. 99% of the time, they will. So thanks, Ben, again, I appreciate it. This is a great topic for people that aren't familiar with ordering online fish, on how to deal with issues that they have with their shipments.
Thank you, Josh. And I agree. I mean, the first step that I took in the case of the reputable vendor was I took a picture of the fish, sent it in, and I had an answer within 24 hours, and the situation was resolved. The key on this, I believe, is communication. Some people will immediately react and start bad-mouthing the vendor on social media, things of this nature, and I just think that's not fair. You need to first try and resolve it. Use common sense and communication, and certainly if you don't get a response, and no matter how much in good faith you attempted to handle the situation, then of course the person deserves whatever they get on social media. Now, another Josh that I asked to contribute to this is Josh over at Live Fish Direct. LFD, Live Fish Direct. Again, I have purchased fish from Josh over at Live Fish Direct, and I have been happy with what I've received, and he's always been pretty quick to answer my questions. He is a bit camera shy, and so his comments were provided to me in writing along with a something special that I'll share with you at the end of the video. So here's what Josh had to say about dead on arrival and the fear of receiving fish dead on arrival. Josh number 2 at Live Fish Direct said that first, Keep in mind our record for DOA is under 1 in 1,000, so 99.9% of fish are doing well during transit. Those are amazing statistics. If you have a DOA, it's best to snap a picture with your cell phone and email josh@livefishdirect.com. That's it. We will then establish a credit system that will include the value of the fish plus its respective portion of the shipping costs. Fair enough, right? He went on to offer anyone who may want to place an order from him, all they have to do is write Ochart in the comment or note section, and they'll get an 8-ounce bag of their premium food. That's a $15 value. You can check it out at livefishdirect.com, and I thank Josh for offering that to the viewers of this channel. Very good points, Josh. And again, with those kinds of percentages, I mean, 99.9% chance of a live fish delivery, but we might actually be concerned about something that is in actual fact a non-issue. Something I didn't mention in Josh's comments is that very often importers who are bringing in fish, from places far off, very often they can have die-offs as high as 25% or higher, but yet from a reputable retailer to a consumer like myself or perhaps you, the percentage of DOA is very, very small. And again, you photograph the fish, you send it to the vendor with some comments on what occurred, and almost with certainty, if the person again is a reputable vendor, you will have a resolution that ends up with everyone being happy. Okay, so that's it for this video, and I hope that makes ordering fish a little easier for you. And I hope if you're looking for fish, certainly who you end up going with. And my favorites, I love Imperial, I love the Wonder of Cichlids, Live Fish Direct, of course, Josh Cunningham, and my friends over in Arizona with the Cichlid Shack. And I hope I'm not missing anybody. But my favorites and the ones I talk about on a regular basis. So who you order from ultimately is up to you. But certainly if you want to get some fish from Live Fish Direct, take advantage of writing Ochart in the comment section and get yourself a bag of quality food, a $15 value, thrown in at no cost. Okay, so that's it for me. Thank you so much for tuning in, and be sure to hit that bell and subscribe and comment. I do read the comments. Join that convo gang and participate in the conversation. Thank you so much.